Feels like a long time since the Reading game, actually. Has it been good to get a good chance to work with the lads, or would you prefer the game?
Well, you know what, you know my answer to that. We can't do anything about it. That's what the fixtures are thrown up. But it has been a long time, especially after the way that the game went. The result, it's easy for me to stand here and say it, but it wasn't a 5-1 performance. I can see how it happened, but we've had to just get ourselves back on it. We've had to get back to work, and we've had to dust ourselves down. It was one of those games where so many things went against us, so many things weren't right for us, and we have to shoulder the blame. I have to take the blame for it, and we've got to move on, and we've got to make sure we're better. We've got to make sure that that's not a true reflection of what this group's all about. And the first opportunity we're going to get is Blackpool at the weekend, and it's a game to look forward to.
The gap's given a few of the lads a chance to get a week of training. How's Hunts and Taylor and Jack Ellis?
Well, Jack Ellis has joined in with the group today. That's his first day back in with the group. We've had to make sure we're getting the work done properly. There's been far too many occasions in my time at this club where players have come back too early and broken down. So we've had to readdress that. We've looked at that in terms of the coaching staff, the medical and the performance staff, trying to come up with a better solution than what we've had in my time at the club. So we feel as though we're there now, and Jack has just joined today. Hunts and Taylor Charters, they're still doing their work. They're still a week or so away from joining in. JJ's on the grass and he's doing his work and building up. He goes back to see the specialist next week, so we'll get an idea now of what the next stage of his recovery is. Obviously Joe Garner came off in the game at Reading and had to have his just below his knee stitched. He's fine now. He's joined in training with everybody else, so that's been good in respect of getting him back fit. I made a mistake at the time and thought that Jack Armour was suspended. I don't really know what confused me with that. I think it was probably the fact he got the yellow cards at Cambridge and the red and all that. But anyway, thankfully he's not suspended, so he's available. So we are still struggling for a squad, and we are still down to the minimum number required. But it's up to us to go and get a performance and make sure we do ourselves justice.
Callum's due to have his operation next week. Has he ticked every box that he needed to have that?
He has, yeah. He goes in for surgery next week, so that's really the start of his 9-month recovery. That'll seem a long way off for him, but he's been coming in for a couple of days each week to make sure he's still going along the right line. So, yeah, he'll go in, and then after that, it's a case of looking after him.
Any further updates on free agents and things like that?
No, we've had a real disappointment. We were hoping to have a goalkeeper signed. I talked about that in my last couple of press conferences. There was an issue over the paperwork. The paperwork is not able to be resolved. Right at the sort of 11th hour, we found out that he's still registered with a club, where everybody's understanding was he had been deregistered. So we've had to knock that one on the head, and I'm really disappointed with that one, because we've spent 3 weeks with the lad in training with us and showing us what he's about and getting to a point where we felt he was right for us. And I've literally just had the conversation with him today before I've come in to speak to you, to tell him that there's nothing we can do. So it's back to the drawing board with that one. For this weekend, we've got Thomas and we've got Gabriel available for us, and we've just got to keep looking and hoping that we can get the right ones in.
You had someone else in training, but you weren't sure on fitness. What's happened with that one?
Yeah, I decided that he's too far off. I can't be in a position where I'm having players in to get them fit. They need to come in and be fit and ready to make an impact. So I had to just shake his hand and wish him all the best. So he's left. There's lots and lots of work going on in the background, trying to get players who we can actually have in the building on January the 1st, so they are ready then for our next game, Exeter away, and we're going to continue to do that and hope that we get some reinforcements to come and strengthen the group.
Blackpool on Saturday, they're on a good run of form, I think, so another good tough game.
They're a good side. I mean, I watched them on Tuesday night in the Bristol Street Motors game against Barnsley. They made a lot of changes, but it's a similar style to the way they play. They're quite consistent. So we know it's going to be a tough game. They're a side that's just come down from the Championship. They're a side and they're a football club who probably expect to be up at the top places and to be pushing for promotion again. we've got to make sure we go and do ourselves more justice to do better than we did in our last outing. And I do believe that we've got enough to be able to cause them problems if we go and perform to the levels that we're capable of.
Just last 1 minute, another sold out away, and it'll be great support again.
Oh, brilliant. I mean, I had a fantastic time at Blackpool. They've got a real good support there, and I know that we'll have that as well, and we've got to go and put on a performance. You know, the fans at Reading, they stuck with us, even though we didn't do anything to deserve that. Now we've got to make sure we go and do ourselves justice. We have to go and work, we've got to go and compete, we've got to fight for second balls, fight for first contacts, try and show the ability that we've got, and it's a game that we're all looking forward to, and hopefully we can keep the fans happy.